Hey, what's up everyone? I've got a product showcase. I've got something that you might want to get. It's going to save you a ton of money. Tons and tons of money, I promise you. I use this thing all the time, okay? I use it for two things. Now, the first thing is what it's made to be used for. The second thing is really why I have it in the boat. I ended up using it more for the first thing, okay? That's for saving me money. But I really got this actually from a buddy of mine, Andrew Upshaw. Push poles and everything were so expensive at one point in time. They were good and everything, and I actually used to use, I think I still have it in my backyard. I used to use this Polvo pole, and that's what I used to use to push me around when I would sight fish and things like that. I used to get it all on the boat when I did sight fishing tournaments, or if I needed to get in and out of places where I thought I might be pushing. That got old after a while, and I never really felt like paying the money for like a really, really expensive push pole. So Andrew was like, hey, what are you doing? You got something from TH Marine that's perfect for you. Just use the money pole. And I'm like, what? So this is the money pole, okay? This is it right here. Now, someone laughed at this right here because it's a little bit worn out. Well, yeah, it's a little bit pushed open. That is because I use it as a push pole. That's what I really have it in the boat. It stays in the boat all the time. And the reason is for that reason. However, it's a money pole for a reason. It's not made for that. I don't even know what TH Marine would probably think, even if I did that video on that. And we're like, oh God, what is he doing? What's Todd doing? Don't be telling. They're probably sitting there going, come on. Luke Duncan's probably just shaking his head, freaking got his beard all ruffled up, sitting there worried about the fact that I'm using this as a push pole. That's right, Luke. I'm using it as a push pole. I do. But I know how good it is for getting baits back. Okay? So I'm gonna show you. I use it all the time. This thing has saved me hundreds and hundreds of dollars this year, right, of getting baits back. So this is what it does. Okay, let's see. Really simple, guys. It just comes out here, you can kind of twist it. There's 3 sections, okay? Now, when you twist it, it kind of locks into place. So, there it is. What is that? 17, 18, 17, 18, 19 foot. So it gets baits down to about 17, 18, 19 foot. The difference between this, okay, all you gotta do is twist it, cuts back in. Now, what I'll say about it is I know there's tricks where you can get just a simple weight, okay, and a clip and do all that. I agree with that. That'll do those things. And that thing works pretty well. You do have to get some different clips every once in a while because you'll lose clips and you'll lose 1 ounce weights and things like that. And it does work. What I'll say is this, is that still won't get everything. I'm not saying this will get everything. The difference is I can use this in a way to get baits back sometimes when they get hung around trees, and I have to like kind of maneuver this thing around trees and around different things like that. So I use it a lot for that. Now, weights can't do this. Check out this. Hey, this happens a bunch on some of these lakes. $10, right? I don't know how much it costs, but save me $10, just like this. Watch. And like, I mean, it's not like they're not all, you know, I didn't care. I was like, look. So I get this hung up. I'm catching fish. I have to throw over cables. Every once in a while, those cables, like a really fresh new cable, and when I say fresh new cable, a cable that's not that old, it doesn't have rust on it. It's not beat up. Doesn't have nicks in it. My braid and stuff comes over it really well. Every once in a while, you get some of these old cables, a broken cable, and it gets rust in there. And what happens is your line will get hung up in there, and it slides into those grooves of the cable. Every once in a while, this happens. If it happens once a day, there's $10, right? $10. I say $10. I got my bait back. Plus, I didn't have very many of them. Can't do that with the weight. Can't do it without anything. I kind of was looking around going, man, am I going to have to get out on someone's property? I don't like doing that. I'm not doing anything. When that happens, I mean, guys, we're just trying to get our baits back. We don't want to really leave baits hanging around with hooks everywhere on people's freaking docks, right? Like I said, it wasn't on their dock, it was on their cable, but still, I was able to reach over there, didn't get it on their property, didn't mess anything up, got my bait back. So, the money pole. It can be used for a lot of different reasons. Now, they're not going to sit there and tell you to use that as a push pole, but I push off of docks, I push off of the bank, I push off a lot of things with this. It works really well. I like it. Like I said, it sits right there. It sits there all the time. Some days I don't need it. Every once in a while I do. But at the end of the day, and at the end of the year, no doubt, a couple $100, $200 or $300, and baits that I don't want to lose. Like time in the water of like retying and doing all that stuff. There's some baits that, man, I don't have very many of in general, or I might not be able to get them for a long time. So, I mean, it gets almost all these baits back. So, they did a good job on this. The money pole. Hey, man, TH Marine, Luke, Duncan, don't freak out. Don't freak out over there that I'm over there using that as a push pole, right? You can do stuff like that. Man, at one point in time, instead of a transom saver, I used to use a block of wood. Still works. Go get you one, guys. I promise you, you'll like it. It's multitasking, right? Saves your boat from getting scratched up or getting into really tight spots, man. I'm not gonna go jump a bridge, you know, I can't push this thing over a road or something to get back in another place, but you know, I can get it over some dirt and some sand, get me unstuck. All right. Money pole, TH Marine. Go get you one, guys. See y'all.